Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. This is my second time recording this video because the the memory card got corrupted. So sorry that this is so late. I've just been lazy. No excuse. But I'm just doing this for fun anyway. So let's move on to our agenda for this video, listing all the dramas I've watched in August of 2025. So if you want to know the full details of the drama, like who stars in it and what the synopsis is, my drama list link is linked down in my description. So you can click on that and go to the list that I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm so tired of talking. I'm sorry. I'm not much of a talker. I'm just going to say the drama and my comments about it. All right. First, we're going over all the dramas that I've dropped. The Winning Try. I've watched until episode 4 out of 12. I think sports dramas are not my style. I love sports anime, but sports dramas are kind of difficult unless the writer actually knows what they're doing and if the sport is like easier to portray on screen. And I don't think it was easy, and the characters were not that interesting. I'm sorry. Need more seasoned actors in this drama. But the drama is set in high school, so you gotta cast the young people. Next on the list is Legend of the Female General. I've watched 8 out of 36 episodes. I wish the drama eased me in. They just narrated the premise like, da-da, this is what's going on, this is what happened, this is why she's getting revenge or whatever. I wish they showed me. And I think they were in such a rush to, set up the drama. I can wait a couple of episodes until the real plot begins. I want to know who the character is, what's her motivation, and the other characters that are involved in the drama. It takes time to introduce them. And I know this is a idol drama, so you shouldn't really logically think things through, but I have a bottom line in my common sense for me to really immerse myself into the drama, right? The female lead is shorter than her cousin, and people should realize that the cousin is not the female lead. The general that they have interacted for many years, right? They trained with him and went to battle with him, right? If you knew me for like more than 10 years, I think you would spot me by just looking at my back, right? Even though I'm wearing a mask and all that, you can tell by my voice, by my height. You know what I look like and what I feel like. And I wish the drama looked different visually. I have so much expectation for this drama. I wish the vibe of the poster was present in the drama. I've been catfished so much by the posters that when I see the actual drama, you don't know how many times I've been disappointed. And I am not just drawn to this drama overall. Usually I can't wait for the next episode to come out. On paper, like I should be really excited. I usually have one idol period costume, whether fantasy drama that I watch on a daily basis, but I didn't have one. I was so excited, but this didn't do it for me. And I don't think the actors were charismatic enough to play a general. They should have a weight to their presence, right? They should charisma when you're on screen. But I've heard it got better in the comments, and those who are watching it for the idol costume romance like vibe, the pretty actors that are on screen and they do romantic stuff, it worked for them. Next, When Destiny Brings the Demon, I watched till episode 20. I was really looking forward to it because the female lead, her acting in I Am Nobody, made such a deep impression on me. She has such a unique vibe about her, but I am very disappointed. I don't know if it's the actress or the writer or the director that decided that she is going to act that immature, because she's supposed to be a working young lady in the contemporary world that traveled into the fantasy world, but it didn't feel like she is a working woman. Like, she's supposed to be my age, and if I'm supposed to be transported into the Xianxia world, I wouldn't act like her. The male lead, look, I had so many expectations for this man, but so far, it's not showing results. And maybe the actors are not used to the hand motion when using their powers, because it looks awkward. The drama production quality looks very unpolished. And it seems like they have an obsession with dry ice or fog because it appears every time. And I really can't follow the drama anymore, like narrative wise. I feel like the conflict of the male lead is similar to A Moment But Forever. It's male lead, the drama itself, I'm talking about A Moment of But Forever, is hideous, much worse than this one. But A Moment But Forever is acted and written better in terms of character arc for the male lead. I think the only selling point was that the female lead, like I said, was transported from the contemporary world to the Xianxia world. It was fun to see that, but I stopped when they did the time jump where the female lead gets lost somewhere. My Lovely Journey. This struck my heart so much, especially the female lead story, though I'm not in the same disposition, nor did I have the same experience as the female lead. And I am not at the same point of despair as the female lead. She's just being constantly shut down by the world. I think the leads look good together, but I just can't seem to get into the drama. Maybe it's too healthy for me. I need a little bit more drama. Mary kills people. I've watched till episode 6. My question is, why did they kiss in the second episode without any real development? And as much as I love kiss scenes, I need to be invested in the relationship. I also want to know why the leads were drawn to each other. I know they're drawn to each other, but I want to know why. It's in the details. But I don't think the drama conveyed that attraction well. And for me, I wonder if they're that clumsy, why they haven't been caught yet, because high schoolers discovered the drugs they use to assist, you know. So why haven't they been caught? That's the question. I have to admit that I had a hard time getting into the series, not because of the sensitive topic, but because of the reasons that I listed previously. You can say that I'm nitpicking. I've finally warmed up to it by the teenage boy episode, and his final moments with his dad like literally had me bawling. If the drama found a balance between the episodic stories and the main plot line slash conflict, I would have watched it, but the progression of the plot was so not my style. I did love Lee Sang-yoon's cameo. He and Lee Bo-young just have that instant chemistry, like they lock eyes and I have butterflies on my stomach. They don't have to do anything else. Deja Vu. I really wanted to like this one because I liked the male lead. Not like his character, but actually like the actor in the 2008 Ngao Ahsoke, I don't know. And the female lead was a good villain in the Kunchai series, and I can't believe she was a second female lead villain, like looking at her career now. The premise is great, the acting is great, especially with our female lead Esther, but the details of the drama, of how it goes on with a conflict, is so middle school. And the nail on the coffin was when the female lead was trying to save the male lead from a car accident that was inevitable. She successfully got the truck that was gonna hit the car with the male lead out of the way, but she stopped in the middle of the intersection, which actually caused the accident. Like, just move out of the way, just pull over like a normal person, then everybody would have been fine. And don't get me started on the work. This is an office drama. The male lead and the female lead work together, and just how they work, right? It's just ridiculous. Plus, the female lead's best friend, oh my god, her voice just grates my ears. She's just whining and scolding the female lead every time she speaks, and she only has like one level. Like, she goes from 1 to like 9. She doesn't have a 5 or a 6. Like, just tone it down a little bit. It's not that deep, okay? Moving on to the dramas that I've completed. Islanders. I rate this 7 out of 10. I was shocked that the person who I thought was the wife in the drama wasn't actually the wife, but his main mistress, like the person that he had the longest relationship with. That was like a plot twist that I did not expect. That actually blew my mind. Like, yeah, I see what you done and you tricked me. I wish the story was more character focused. I felt like that they tackled social issues that weren't relevant to the main storyline, but it pushed the story. It was a catalyst. It was so much in the forefront. It's controversial, the topics that were the social issues. I like the main premise. It's a drama about why and how people loved. Even though it's not morally right, I appreciated the honesty of the drama. It did not sugarcoat things either. And Chris Wu, come on, he is so freaking good. Oh my god, he's so good. And the main guy, whom is all the center of all this cheating, womanizing, and the pain of all the women around him. He's just a user. He used the people that loved him or the idea of him. People will just fall in love with selfish, stupid people. And they also are selfish and stupid. For the Eagle Brothers, 6 out of 10. I think I've said what I wanted to say about this drama in the last videos. I won't add anything to it, but my only comment is that, was a 4-episode extension really necessary? Hell no. I think it would have been better if it ended at 50. It added nothing of value, the extra 4 episodes. If they extended 4 more episodes, I wish they've given more screen time to our rich girl and ex-Navy special ops SEAL officer, ex-Marine. I don't know. I wish they've been given more screen time because they were non existent in the drama, at least their love story together. Priscilla. I rate this 8.5. This is a second rewatch. I never thought I would rewatch this drama ever in my life again. And I made a video of my concerns, my issue with this drama, but I couldn't help it. I wanted to watch it. I was thinking about it all week and I finally got to watching it. And it got so much better in my second watch. I realized that there wasn't a misunderstanding between the two leads. They knew they loved each other, but they were both playing a game, wanting the other to give in. I like that there wasn't like a big misunderstanding between the two leads. Love the chemistry, love Priscilla. Cubic, 6.5. The male lead was working 3 jobs: a mob boss, a corporate executive, and a high school principal. And despite that, he had so much time on his hands, which very unrealistic. And the female lead is a high schooler who can deal with the mafia, an illegal arms dealer, and is capable of committing international cross-country crimes. Oh my god. It got so ridiculous as it went on, and all the female characters ended up having Stockholm syndrome in this drama. It was an okay watch, but honestly, I won't watch it again. I think it's acceptable because it was made in that time era. It was made. I can get why this has such a cult following. And thank you for the person who recommended the drama to me. It was very nice chatting with you. Now, Ahsoke, whatever. 8.5. I think the evil spirit that possessed the male lead's mom got transferred to the male lead as soon as he came back from his studies abroad. His attitude towards the female lead was a complete 180. Even though I would understand he's suspicious of her and he wouldn't be as kind to her, it wouldn't be to the extent that the male lead in the drama would do. And I don't like that the male lead's attitude of harassing the female lead gets dismissed as teasing on his part. But I like how the other characters, like the mom and the godmother, I think she's the godmother, calls him out on it. And I flinch every time the male lead goes near the female lead. I worry about what is about to happen to her. But the female lead does stand up for herself from time to time, so it wasn't as painful to watch. But I do think that keeping in mind the period or the era that this drama was made, it was a trend at that time of the female lead being this weak, kind girl and the male lead being just a bully. I do have a soft spot for these type of drama, and I would consider it a guilty pleasure. I believe that the female lead goes through extreme harassment and abuse and the male lead is crazy, it wouldn't have taken me on this torturous journey and have that reward at the end when they got together. Like, it had to be a torture. The female lead has to go through it, and the male lead just had to be an asshole for everything to be worth it at the end. And even though that the male lead's mother was evil in the beginning, the actress did not portray her as a one-dimensional evil mother. She still managed to show a human side of the character because of her acting. P.S. I had to sign up for a Russian platform to watch this drama, so if you see my information in the internet, please turn a blind eye. Thank you. Wanted Detective. I rate this 4 out of 10. Right off the bat, this drama tells me that realistic logic and common sense does not exist in that world. They will stretch the logic, or they won't even bother explaining what's going on. And we, as the audience, just have to accept the fact, and whatever they tell us is the truth. I stuck with it because I wanted to know who this brilliant genius behind the scene was. And the idea was good, the concept was there, but the logic was not present. I don't think it was worth my time to watch it all the way through just to find out who the villain was. Yeah. I was glad for the happy endings of the leads though. Padiwarada, I rate this 8 out of 10. This wasn't as bad as the comment section for this drama because I always read it before I get into it just to see what other people think about it and what their opinion is. And they were flaming the male lead, but he wasn't bad. The chemistry was good. Of course, it was James and Bella. Their chemistry is tested throughout many dramas. And my surprise was the second female lead because I first discovered her in the Kunchai series and she was the ever so sweet Kate. But here she is absolutely evil. The announcement of the female lead's secret birth was so sudden. Her brother literally shouted out to every stranger in that party venue and without verifying the information he has, and I found it very funny. Sapai Zhao. I rate this 9 out of 10. I love the female lead. I love the actress that played the female lead. I also love the enemies to lovers arc. The second male lead was cute. His love story almost fell flat to me, and he almost made everything so messy, but he pulled through. The female antagonist, I wish they had gone the full comedy route and made her absolutely ridiculous. Next, Kunchai. Oh, frick. Kunchai Paworn Rouge. I rate this 9 out of 10. I think this setup was the most tolerable out of all the series. I really liked the chemistry of the leads. I loved how they built the romance. The CGI was ridiculous, but this was 2013. And one of the reasons why I liked the storyline most out of all the Kunchai series is because it did not involve the sisters from the arranged marriage family. There's so much fat shaming and colorist lines, even thinking of the year it was made. So just keep that in mind when watching. Kunchai Ronapi, 8 out of 10. I think this was the most straightforward. There wasn't that much misunderstanding. I really liked the chemistry. I think they spent too much time on the mother's love triangle and did not understand the gang lord landlord character and why he's involving himself. And I'm glad that the secret of the female lead's birth was not a last minute reveal. Kunchai Saratorn, I rate this 7 out of 10. Honestly, I skipped a lot of the artifact discovery recovery stage of the drama. But I love the two couples. I think they're both endearing, but my heart leaned towards the second lead couple because the main lead couple were, in my opinion, very passive characters. I loved Kate taking action and control of her life, and I love her man professing his love and just supporting whatever she decides all the way. I liked the story of the second leads more. But I actually loved all the four leads as individual characters and their friendship and how considerate they were of each other, and that there were no actual villains in the lead characters. Kunchai Rachanon, 8 out of 10. I liked the production and the quality of the story out of all the Kunchai series. I liked the chemistry. The male lead was overshadowed by the female lead for sure, but they did have good chemistry. The second female lead's change of heart was so sudden. I wish they have given her more time or hint that she wasn't as selfish and as evil. She's just doing what her mother told her to do. In the beginning, she was just portrayed as a selfish character, so that change made less sense. I liked that the Lost Crown Prince storyline was not that dramatic. Dong Duang Harutai, 10 out of 10. First, I want to thank the person who shared the Google Drive file of the completed episodes for this drama. The websites I was watching it on lacked episode 10 and 19, so I was like literally stuck. I was so into the drama and was so desperate to finish it. So thank you. This was so good. The chemistry was there. The leads were so pretty and the acting was so well done. And their Thai, how they spoke their lines, just was eargasms. And I never thought I would say those words because I think for me, Thai is a little bit difficult to hear. This was a visually beautiful drama. The costumes, the scenery, the CG was questionable, but it was so obvious how much effort they put into the world building. The pacing was great. I was looking forward to the next episodes, hence, I was really desperate to find the missing ones. I liked that the politics existed but was not overly complicated, nor they were shallow and childish. I understood the point of conflict and hesitations for all the leads and for all the states that were involved. I was annoyed with the second female lead. Her voice was very annoying. She tried so hard to portray her character as this frail girl, but it was a little bit of an overkill for me. However, the drama revealed her strengths was somewhere else and that she is capable of holding her own and demonstrated her capabilities in other places. I just wish they've shown her willingness to fix the mess she created without whining that much in the beginning. I also wish that the second male lead showed more growth and proved that he was a capable leader and that he earned and deserved that crown to rule his country, or else he should have just yielded to his sister who seemed more capable. Last and finally, I wish that there was a reunion scene at least. They didn't have to hug or kiss. I just have to know that they are reunited on screen. I'm sure that they had time, but all I got was the female lead waiting for the male lead and the male lead in a horse with the rest of his crew to go to the female lead's country for the female lead's brother's coronation. Give me something. I went through all that without a reunion scene. Come on. Make it feel that it was all worth it. Let's move on to the currently watching list. Beyond the Bar. I really love the pinch of romance in this drama. I also have another favorite Chinese drama that has a pinch of romance, which is My Treasure. I love the female lead. I know she was from IOI, but this is my first time seeing her act. I don't know how she is in other dramas, but she does feel like a rookie lawyer, like how she says her lines and how she holds herself. This drama made me look forward to the weekends, and I haven't had a Korean drama that excited me as much as this one. I love their chemistry. And I don't mind age gaps in romance as long as there's chemistry and as long as the characters or the actor in one of the pair is not a minor. And they have chemistry. It's subtle and I like how they're developing it. Moonlit Reunion. I am enjoying the series. Like I said, I need at least one Chinese costume, idol, romance, drama to get by with life. It's just how it is. Most of the time, the leads look like they're just saying their lines. They're just reciting, they're not acting. Unless there are specific moments that the main leads have to give like a specific emotion, and there are more scenes like that for the female lead than the male lead. The female lead is also very extravagant in her costume, which is understandable, but she has people that are equal and above her that does not look it because there is a difference in their costume. I know that the setting is fictional, but I think she is the only person that wears a costume from a different era than the rest of her cast, which kind of pulls me off the drama. This drama is beautiful visually and very well produced, but the storytelling does not support how well the drama visually presents itself. I think the balance between the main storyline and the episodic ones should balance each other. The first episodes felt like nothing going on, but then we reach episode 25, then things started happening. I cannot remember what the individual episodes are about except the tree demon and the princess. I wish they did a better job in explaining or representing the world of the demons because I feel like the demon world was very well designed. So I wish we spent more time in the demon night market. I see what they're trying to do and make me, feel and root for the couple. I don't know if it's the lack of chemistry or build up, but I'm sorry. I feel like I can't root for a couple just because they're the leads. It's the same for all the relationships in this drama. It lacks build up like the second male lead who loves the female lead. I wish they built the rivalry between the second male lead and the male lead more. But on the positive note, I like the new faces. I like the Snake Lord. She made quite an impression on me. She has such a unique face and aura. And I like her love story too. I like our police officer friend who introduces new male friends to our female lead. I wish I've seen more of him. He seemed like an interesting character. There was so much potential, but it focused on things that were superficial. My Troublesome Star, it's from a writer who wrote Miss Night and Day, which I really enjoyed. I agree that I think they did too much in breaking down or destroying the female lead to make her seem ruined. I think a realistic visual would have helped. I think the premise is unique because it's looking for memories that the female lead lost, which has been seen or been told, but she didn't just wake up from a coma. She lived that 25 years and was on an accident and lost it. But I'm mainly here for Song Seung-on. He is such an eye candy. Can you believe? Is he over 50? I can't believe he still maintained that vibe. He still works on a rom-com. Our Golden Days. I didn't think I was gonna watch a weekend drama, but I gave into this one. I'm still not attached to this one yet, but it intrigues me. I feel like it's handling the matters and the issues of retired parents well. I was hooked in the first 4 episodes, but then they introduced the identical twin plot in. I know they set it up, but it's not my favorite plot device. I don't like it. I wish they've gone with a estranged husband and wife storyline. I'll try to stick with it because I really like the female lead. Seducing Drake Palma. I really want to drop this drama, but I want to see where this nonsense of a drama will go. The drama wants us to root for the main couple, but they haven't shown us why we should. Why are they fighting for this relationship? Why are we fighting for this relationship? I don't know. They want us to root for the male lead. I tried, but all I've seen is him calling the female lead names. This is supposed to be like a cute term of endearment, their inside joke, only they would understand type of thing. Ignoring her, letting some other girl near him, dragging her around. He won't offer proper explanation, but asks for her trust. His good looking face isn't saving how shitty his character is. And they keep introducing people that aren't essential. Like, why? Why? It looks like you don't have a budget already. So, why have all these other actors that aren't essential to the storyline? Nung Nai Swang. Currently watching slash trying to watch. I was stuck in episode 6. I really like the male lead and the female lead. I like their banter. This is very well paced. The banter of the two leads look more fun and has more of a frenemies vibe than the 2015 version with James and Yaya, whom I adore. I adore that version, but I really like this version. Oh my god, thank god it didn't reach an hour. Only 53 minutes. So yeah, I think that's it. It's 1:08 a.m. Yeah, see you next time, everybody. Bye.